And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome. You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say.
Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Coin Place Tarot. My name is Coy, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at in this round of reading is going to be your one-to-one for the month of October. One-to-one is a style of reading that I do that examines the right relational dynamic between point A and point B, i.e. you and another person. So as a caveat to this style of reading, the first, they tend to get called love readings, and I tend not to call them that because they don't always end up lovely, right? We talk about all things at my table. It doesn't always have to be sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes we gotta get through some tough stuff too. So that's the first. The second, it ain't always gotta be about love, right? A one-to-one can examine familial dynamic, friendship dynamic, something between you and a coworker or somebody you just met, right? It just tries to understand what's happening between point A and point B. So as a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. I know, Sag, even at times it can get very difficult, but understand that's why I do it, right? The magic is in the work that we do. So follow along with me today in your one-to-one read, Sagittarius. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. You're going to be on this side, they're going to be on this one. Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Sag in your one-to-one read today. What does Sag need to know in your one-to-one read today? On your side? So that was the unease I was feeling. I don't know if you saw it in the second shuffle. Devil, the card of Capricorn. Okay. On their side, Five of Cups. Pain, sorrow, and remorse. Okay. So, there's an uncomfortable truth that we're trying to examine. And I think this is why you're kind of having this reserved kind of approach to it, Sag. On their end, they are faced with the Five of Cups, the reality of a situation, the sorrow, remorse that is held and had. On your end, the Devil, you're having to sit with duality here. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it ultimately depends on how we utilize it. Remember, the Devil isn't inherently bad in the tarot card deck. It's just meant to tell us the things about ourselves that we don't even want to admit out loud and the things that we don't like. Here being, okay, I get that you're sad. What am I supposed to do with that? Right? It's almost very flippant energy, but you have your reasons behind it. I'd rather see the reasons than just say, oh, the way you're reacting is childish. And no. Because nobody comes to a Five of Cups conclusion and has this level of reserves and almost animosity for them unless something went down. Let's just be fair about it, right? Now that we've established two people on the board, show the fronts and backs for Sagittarius in their read. Fronts and backs, now that we have two people, what's facing each other and what's left out of the conversation. Show us cards when you see, please. Define fronts and backs for Sag in their read. Okay. Ace of Wands. Okay. How so? What do we get? Okay, on their ends. Four of Pentacles, holding on, trying to see the investment. Six of Pentacles, wanting to make the long term. Okay. What's a nice way I can put this? You're saying I can live life with or without you. They're saying, almost like in a supplicating or a begging kind of motion, no, we can work this out. So, yeah. I'm just trying to understand why we approach it with such animosity, Sag, because it doesn't feel like animosity anymore, at least from the outset. It's why you will want a new beginning with somebody who you claim that you could give or take. That's the part I'm very confused about, because on their end, they're saying they want the long term. And right now, you two are in a state of non-conversation, not talking, not doing anything. On your end, you're saying, yeah, I could do this, but it wouldn't be a full investment. So what are we saying here? What are we really trying to communicate? Resolution? Not resolution. Real standpoints. Each individual standpoint. Sagittarius and their person in this read. Where does each individual person stand in this read? On your end, Ace of Cups, notion of emotional fulfillment. On their end, Queen of Cups. Oh, okay. The wanting to give the fullness of the heart. So, and underneath it all, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, the foundation of the rest of our lives. So, what's a nice way I could put this? For your read, Sag, even so far, I will say this. Dangling the possibility of a renewed relationship with another person, if you don't truly want it, will ultimately impact both of you negatively, right? I get that there was some slate or something that went wrong between you two in the past. It's very obvious. However, we both cannot say that we're fulfilled equally on all regards if the way that we're coming at it is, oh, I'm going to make you beg for it, right? What are we actually trying to say and communicate here? Oh, nice, but it didn't hit the table, so I can't say it. Because I think that that devil there is a self-defense mechanism, right? And you have your reasons of distrust, but also dangling like the notion of a fixed relationship as a carrot in front of them for them to run on a treadmill. That's also kind of nasty work, right? And I'm not trying to be accusatory. Understand that, Sag. It's rather the reality of, is this somebody who I would want to be in conversation with, truly? And if somebody did that to me, would I want things to be fixed between us? So let's look at what's happening in between. Five of Swords, the notion of self-sabotage. Yeah. Well, I think on their end, at least they're fessing up to whatever they did wrong and what went wrong between you two. What's held individually and mutually, we all got some things that we didn't do entirely good or right. Good. Page of Pentacles. We're at least giving this a shot. We're trying it out. Let's see where it goes. Knight of Wands, the freedom of the spirit. We are here of our own volition. Understand, I'm here because I want to be here. Now, how do I sort through my own feelings in regards to it? Judgment. Okay, so divine intervention, or let the timing be now that, yeah, it's playing out the way that it should. How do we deal with, how do we manage that? Three of Swords, the notion of heartbreak. So again, this is going to be very much a make or break moment between you and this person, Sag. Yeah. If we were to have renewal, I guess my bigger question as your reader, if we were to have renewal, would you genuinely feel fulfilled from it? Or do you feel fulfilled from putting this almost like the longest torture session from point A to point B as possible? Does that give you fulfillment? Underneath it all, Emperor, the card of Aries. Because if we're going to make this decision, we got to stand on it. I think that while it may be cathartic for you to experience whatever release is going on over here, we also have to temper that and say, hey, okay, why am I truly doing this? Am I just releasing years of pent-up anger and frustration about this dynamic? Or do I genuinely want to fix this and they're being genuinely truthful? Something we got to sit with. Okay. Next. Define the major arcana strewn across the table for Sag and their read. We first look to the devil, card of Capricorn. What is that devil trying to tell us in regards to this entire dynamic between a person that we say we want renewal with, but we can also give or take, have or throw away all at the same time? So what's the cards that we need to see, please, for Sag in this video? Okay. To the devil. Six of Swords, right. Because are we staying and actually pursuing this, or are we moving on and just trying to get our licks back? Which one are we doing, Sag? I want you to come from the most honest place possible. Here, the Fool, Page of Cups, because part of you is still enamored. Part of you is still very happy that, hey, maybe things can be fixed. The last major arcana, Judgment, Death. Card of Scorpio. We are being this is being filmed during Scorpio season, so 'tis the reason for the season. Always good to pull the power card. Is it best for us to gawk at possibility, or is it better that we learn our lesson and part ways? Resolution, real cards of resolution for Sagittarius in their read today. Let's help and space a resolution for Sag in their read. What is held in resolution for Sag in their read? Nine of Wands, we have the freedom to do whatever that we want to. King of Wands, now let's do the right thing, right? With all the faculties that are afforded to us, let us do the right thing, not just the thing that gets us like quick fixes. Underneath it all, 10 of Wands, the burden of action and everything that's been pent up. Let's call it spade, Sag. Something went wrong between you and this party. And right now you're in both a position of power, but I also want you to temper that because you're verbalizing that you want a new beginning and simultaneously emotionally you've kind of checked out, right? On their end, they realize they messed up and that's why they're trying to make it up with you. So down the middle, and this is why I'm saying both parties have to be honest about what's going on. If you moved on, then you had to verbalize that. If what they're offering is not good enough for you to fix anything, you also got to be honest about that, right? Dangling the idea of a new beginning with somebody who says they want to atone for whatever they did, that's nasty work. It has some karmic retribution factors attached to it. And so the notion of judgment here down the middle with all the heartbreak and all the things of we could have gotten this right or we want to do this differently, are we staying or are we going? Are we transforming this with death? Of what we were versus what we can be, or we're saying, no, it's done, and we need to break this off healthily. The decision is yours, and the burden is yours right now. But I just want you to remember, we can do the right things with what is afforded to us. What will we do when we say we can embody action? That's what I see in your read today, Sag. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, come to peace with whatever's going on internally. The decision gets easier once we examine all factors included. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.